What's going on, mentees? The Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, and today I'm going to do a really quick first look at the Master of Kung Fu Epic Collection, Fight Without Pity, and the Not Brand Echh Complete Collection. So, please stay tuned. And before I get started, I'd like to thank the kind folks at Marvel and David Gabriel for sending me copies of these in advance. The books will be available at places like In Stock Trades, Cheap Graphic Novels, Tales of Wonder, on June 26th, and places like Amazon and Barnes & Noble in July sometime. So let's look at Master of Kung Fu first. This is an epic collection. One of the things I like to do is compare new epic collections to my very first epic collection, which was the Invincible Iron Man. Because I know over the years the quality has changed, and I've heard a lot of complaints, especially about the Spider-Man Venom one. But the one that I had issues with was the Daredevil, the Root of Evil. But this one looks honestly just as good. It feels like the cover feels just as good as the first epic I ever bought. It's not as flimsy, like I mentioned, my issues with the Daredevil Root of Evil. The page per quality is about the same. Not, if anything, the colors stand out a lot more than the color tones here in the Iron Man book. And I don't know if that was because of the scanning or what, but they seem to pop out more. And the crazy thing, at least for me, is the price point is still the same. We're looking at, these started coming out 5 years ago. I'm going to do an overview of all the epics and a little bit of history and what they are. And they're still $39.99 retail. So let's look at this book. This is volume 2 of The Master of Kung Fu. We had volume 1 release a few months ago. And there's also the Omnibus editions of this release. Most of this is Doug Moink. I always butcher his name. And with art by Paul Galassi and Sal Buscema and Keith Pollard. This is stuff I've never got into. I never really read. Shang-Chi is just one of those characters that I've always read about in other comic books. So I never got a chance to read any of his original stuff. And when those omnibuses first came out, I can't remember, I was in between jobs or something, so I couldn't get them. And then they all came out right around the same time, pumping them out, which is awesome, because nowadays I would have probably bought them. So good for Marvel for actually sticking to their guns and finishing out that run. But in case you couldn't get them then, and you wanted a cheaper format, the Epic format is the way to go. Now, this particular volume collects Master Kung Fu 29-53 and annual number 1. And as I mentioned, it is volume 2. I love the colors, the way they pop out. They look really good. Right around 500 pages is what this particular epic is. So, to be consistent with the other ones too. I'm not sure how many there's going to be, but I'm sure there's going to be at least 4 or 5 of this series. Now, if you've seen this show, you know how much I have problems pronouncing this word because I never know how to do it. But most of my viewers have told me it's pronounced not Brand Echh. Now, I've had a lot of these in my Uncanny X-Men, my Fantastic Four omnibuses, but this is the complete collection. The series was canceled. I think it only lasted 13 issues. So this holds the 13 issues and also the issue 14 that came out in 2017. The first 13 issues were from 1967. And honestly, looking at the artwork, it doesn't look like it was printed in 1967. It looks like it was printed just yesterday. Maybe it's just the cartoon look to it. Hey, it's Forbush Man. So let's look at this. This is almost at right around 500 pages. And honestly, if you look at this together with this epic, it is the size of the epic. So, but it is the complete collection. It's all of it. So here's the front, this cover. And like I said, I've had these collected in my other collections, but this is everything in one book. This is the back. And the price point of this is retail $39.99. So it's even the price of an epic. Now, here in the back, it states that it collects material from Amazing Spider-Man Annual 1 and 5, Fantastic Four Annual number 5, I guess material from all these annuals, Daredevil Annual number 1, and then Sergeant Fury Annual number 4, and Avengers Annual 2. So I think that's the stuff that I've seen before that was collected in the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus or the Avengers Omnibus. Now, having never read the series, I'm looking forward to it because this is my first time diving in. So it looks like it doesn't take it looks like it's a series that doesn't take itself seriously, which, you know, that's okay to take a break from the drama in comic books. And that's everything included in those books and what the build is like. Like I mentioned, I always like to compare the new epics with my original first epic that I ever bought, just to compare the quality. So let me know in the comments down below if you're going to pick these up, if you missed out on the Master of Kung Fu Omnibus editions, and if you're just going to pick them up in epic format. If you enjoy the content of this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button if you want to come back and see more, and check out all our other overviews that we've done in this channel. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint.